Hello students, in chemistry we are busy with the revision of the chapter 3, fiber to fabric. In last session we revised the knowledge of which are the variety of the fabrics, how the fibers are made, yarns. Then we learn about the types of fibers like natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Natural fibers also further classified as plant fibers and animal fibers. We also learn about some plant fibers like cotton and jute. Now today we are going to revise about the spinning of the cotton yarn. So first of all, the process of making yarn from the fibers is called spinning. Because we know that when we take out any yarn, it is made from the fibers. So the fibers are gently twisting, and by twisted the fibers we can make the yarn. You can do it yourself also by an activity. Then hold some cotton wool, take a cotton wool in your hand and pinch some cotton between the thumb and forefinger, and then gently start pulling out the cotton. While you are pulling out, try to twist also. Then you can make a long yarn. So that is the yarn that you are making yourself. And the process of making yarn from the fabric is known as the spinning process. Now, in this process, if it is small, we can do it by hand, but on a mass of a cotton wool, they are drawn out and twisted and then making yarn. A simple device used for it is known as hand spindle, or in Gujarati it is also known as takli. And there is another device also which is hand operated, which is known as charkha. Charkha is very popular with our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi was used to play the charkha every day to make the cotton yarn. And then he encouraged the people to wear the clothes made of the hand spun yarn, which is known as khadi. And then they shun the imported cloth made in the mills of Britain. So in place of their Britain clothes, he encouraged the Indian people to use the clothes made from the khadi, that is the homespun yarn. And then Mahatma Gandhi was that time in the independence movement also. Now to popularize that khadi, our Indian government also constituted a body called Khadi and Village Industries Commission. In Gujarati, Khadi Gramodyog Board. Sometimes maybe you hear these words. So government established that institution to promote this Indian homemade or spun khadi. In the 1956, this commission was established, which is known as Khadi and Village Industries Commission. So, if it is small scale, you can use that charka, you can use that takli, but if it is on the large scale, when you have to make a big amount of khadi, then you cannot do that spinning by hand. So in this situation, we can use the spinning machines also. So spinning machines will make the yarns from the fibers. And after spinning, the yarns are ready. Then from the yarns, we have to make the fabrics. So from fibers to yarn, and then now yarns to the fabrics. So there are so many ways to make fabrics from the yarn. And two of the main are the weaving and knitting. So weaving and knitting are the main types of methods which is used to make fabrics from the yarn. Now what is the weaving? In weaving, fabric is made by the two sets of yarn arranged together. It means that here we need two sets of yarn, and then they are arranged together and make a fabric by the process of weaving. So weaving can be done, means understand, by the use of papers also. For that, what we can do? We can take two sheets of paper of different colors and cut square pieces of 30 centimeter from each set. Now fold both the sheets into half, and then on one sheet draw lines as shown in the figure. So now what we have to do is that we have to cut down the sheets with the dotted lines and then unfold. And then we have to weave the strips one by one into the cut in the sheet of paper as here shown in the figure. So according to the situation given, we can use the paper strips and make a cloth-like material that is known as weaving process. So that weaving is the process of making fabric from the yarn. Now that is the pattern. After weaving all the strips, we see that last, if the two colors we took so that we can easily see the patterns when both the strips are weaved together, and it makes a very nice pattern. In similar way, here we took two types of strips. In the similar way, two types of yarns are taken. Two sets of yarn are woven to make a fabric. And the yarns are much thinner than our paper strips. Paper strips we take little broader. But the yarn are very, very thin strips. Weaving of fabric is done on the looms. The weaving process is done by the machine which is known as the looms, which are hand operated or power operated. Power operated, then they are known as power looms. But if it is operated by hand, means using the manpower, then it is known as hand loom. You can see that a lady is using that loom by herself, using her hands. So that is known as the handloom. But same looms, when there is a big factory to make the fabric, they cannot use with the hand, and therefore the looms are operated by electric power. So they are known as power looms also. So there are two types of looms can be there, hand operated or the power operated. So that is the way we see the process of spinning and then from the weaving. And weaving is done by the looms, either hand operated or the power operated. Now the another type is the knitting. Maybe you watch your mother or grandmother or any other ladies which take two needles and use to knit the sweaters or the mufflers, shawls, woolen cap, etc., especially for the winter season. So that knitting is also a single yarn is taken to make a piece of fabrics. Generally in knitting, only one set of yarn is taken, and with the use of two needles as shown here in the figure. So maybe you have seen some people using these two needles, take a fabric, the yarn of the wool yarn, and then by doing that two needles they make the single piece of cloth which is known as the knitting cloth. So now if you take out one yarn, if you pull the one yarn, then you will see that it is single yarn is unraveled. So socks and many other clothing items are made from the knitted fabrics. Our sweaters, shawls, socks, and so many other clothing material, in which if you take out one thread and you pull it, then the long yarn is coming up. It means that it is made by the knitting, means they are the knitting fabrics. And knitting is done by hands also and on the machines also. Now Paheli wants to know if you have seen any fabrics that are made up of the fibers on the outer covering of coconut. You know that on the coconut, the fruit of coconut have so many fibers around it. Nowadays they are not using it much, but still they are in use. Generally, by weaving or by spinning them, they make a thread, big thread or ropes like that. And from that coconut fibers, we can make the mats, doormats that we use to put it in the front of our houses. And other things like ropes, જેને આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં દોરડા કહીએ, પાણી ખેંચવા માટેના દોરડા કે વગેરે વગેરે. So that are made from the fibers they obtain from the coconut covering. So that coconut fibers are generally used for the mats and the ropes like that. Similarly, jute fibers are used to make the sacks, like to store the grains, અનાજ ભરવાના કોથળા. તેમજ કેટલાક doormats, mats are also used to make from the jute materials. Also some other materials to make the things tight, like to bind them, sutri jene kahiye આપણે, that all things are made from the jute and the others from the coconut fibers also. So weaving and knitting are the main processes to make the fabric from the yarn. Now, you wonder that not from the beginning, the people are using these fabrics. So have you ever wondered what materials people used in ancient time for clothes? In the beginning they were not using anything, but when they feel cold, when they want to save themselves from the rain, etc., they started cover their body by using the bark of the tree, the big leaves of the tree, then the skin of the animals and the furs that they were using to protect themselves with the winter and from the rain, etc. Because in the beginning there was no knowledge of yarn making and the fibers and fabrics and so many, and therefore they used to cover their body with these materials found in nature. But then slowly they are getting developed. They began to settle for the agricultural communities, because when there was no agriculture, they were wandering all over in search of food, because they were killing the animals and fruits from the trees they were using as a food. And therefore in search of animals, they are going from one place to another place. When the animals are finished or very less in that one region, they move again, and they were wandering all over. They were not staying at one place. But when the agriculture started, they learn how to do the farming. Then they start staying at one place and in communities. And then they learn to weave the twigs and grass and make mats, baskets, etc. And then they weave the fabrics. The early Indian wore fabrics made out of cotton that grew in the regions near the river Ganga. Flax also were used to give the natural fibers. In ancient Egypt, cotton and flax were cultivated near the river Nile and used for the making fabrics. And then in the beginning when they start making the fabrics, but they didn't know how to stitch them. We are now using the stitched clothes. We are not using just the clothes, fabrics. We are using the stitch. When the needle was founded, needle was invented, then after that we use the sewing needle and starting the stitching the fabrics. And therefore, in that time people simply wrapped the fabrics around the different parts of their body. They were just wrapping it because they don't know how to stitch. But when the needle was made, then they used the fabrics by using the sewing. And many variations are made. But generally, still some clothing material we are using which are unstitched. For example, the saris. Saris are not needled, not sewn. There is no stitches in it. Similarly, the people in the villages, they use dhoti. Dhoti also is not stitched. Similarly, the lungi and some other materials are such that also the turban they use on the head, lungi, turban, etc., they are also still unstitched pieces of fabrics. So, there are so many things that we learn in this chapter. Here are the questions, most of them are already discussed. So, just you have to write down the answers of such questions that here written. Most of them are discussed, and if it is not, you can read the chapter carefully, you will get the answer. So here we are going to finish the revision of this chapter number 3. Thank you very much.